This is a quick video about the terminal on the Mac. So to open the terminal, I usually press the Command and Space button. I can type in terminal, and that brings up a terminal window. And using the terminal, you can go to various places within the directory. For example, cd tilde, which is done by pressing Shift and the button next door to the Z key on the keyboard, and it brings you to the home directory that we were already in. But often, I go from a folder, so I'll just use the Finder to show this, folder A. I often right-click and then go to Services and do New Terminal at Folder. And that brings me up a terminal window, which is in folder A. So then I can back up with cd ... and it brings me back to this terminal folder. So the first command we're using here is cd. So there's a manual function here, so we can do man cd, and it brings up the manual. And one of the first things I didn't realize when using the terminal is you can exit out of here, but you need to know the terminal commands. So if you press Q, you quit out of it. And there are a couple of terminal commands you can usually use in a window like that, where apparently it seems to be quite tricky to get out. There's :Q, :W, and :WQ. Q is quit, W is save, WQ is save and quit. Now, back to doing CD. You can also do what is CD, and it will bring up a little list, which is not overly useful. From that, you'd still need to really know what that is. So, if I want to go to folder A, you might expect us to do folder A. Now, the problem is there's a space in this file name, so it won't find it. If there's a space in the file name, which there might well be if you're using the UI, you can solve that by putting quotation marks. So I'm in here, and using the terminal, I might want to quickly create a file. I can use touch. So as we can see, that's created a file called readme.md in folder A. You can also open readme.md, and this opens my file. This is the file. It just happens to open in Cot Editor for me. Yours might be different, depending on what programs you've got installed. There's a couple of other things we can do here. We can do pwd, which tells us exactly where we are in the file directory. You can also make directories, mkdir. So if I back up, actually, and let's put this so we're in the same place so we can see using the GUI what we're doing. I can make a directory. Now, if I wanted it exactly the same with a space, I'd have to use quotation marks. But using spaces within folder directory and files is probably not really what we want to be doing. So you can just do make the folder C, something like that. You can also delete folders and files with rm-dir folder C. And that deletes it. Unfortunately, it doesn't go into the trash bin, it deletes it forever. So rm-dir deletes it. So if I create another file to del.txt will do. Okay, and I want to remove that, I'd then use rm to delete that to del.txt. So folders are deleted with rm-dir and files are deleted with rm. And there are other commands we can use like mv, and it would be from a location to a location. And that all starts to get a little bit involved, so I probably won't go into that at the moment. One fun thing you might want to do is do a banner and say hello, and it brings up hello, because there are loads of functions within terminal. Before we go, quick one you probably want to do, clear gets rid of all that rubbish, and so then we can see what we're doing, although it still exists in the history there. Hope that's of some use.